Welcome to our YouTube channel Mathematical Pathshala. In the last lecture, I gave you one homework. I asked you to solve for the splitting field of this polynomial which is defined over rational field. And I gave you the splitting field, and then again I asked you to give me the Galois group of that splitting field over Q. And we actually computed the Galois group or Galois extension of Q adjoint 2 power 1 by 8 comma 8th primitive root of unity over Q is exactly same as Galois group of Q adjoint 2 power 1 by 8 comma iota over Q. So we saw this in the last lecture, and we also saw this has a degree of extension 16. That means number of elements in this Galois group will be 16, but that group is going to be a little complicated when I will be giving you all the possibilities or all the possible elements of this group. Then you will see the group is little complicated. But if you understand this part, then आपको Galois theory के किसी भी extension को find करने में या group को find करने में problem नहीं होगी, provided you are having a finite group. So in the last lecture, I created a unit circle and I gave you how to plot this zeta 8 square and zeta 8 cube. Let me write again, and you keep that unit circle in your mind, because every time I will be using that. Again, I am creating once more. Say this is your one element which you can think as a zeta 8 to the power 8, because zeta 8 is a 8th primitive root of unity. If you take the 8th power, you will have 1. Consequently, you can write here minus 1, which you can think as a zeta 8 to the power 4 actually. Here you can think as a iota, because iota is a 4th primitive root of unity, so it must be an element of this. So this you can think as a zeta 8 square. See, this is very symmetric. This is zeta 8. Again, if you this is zeta 8 to the power 8, you go next, you will have zeta 8. Then you have zeta 8 square. Let me write this element. Say this is 1 plus iota by root 2, which is zeta 8. This you can think is this format. Zeta 8 is e power 2 pi I by 8, which you can write. So this is 2 pi I by 8. So this you can think as a cos 2 pi I by 8 plus I sine 2 pi I by 8. So this 2 will get cancelled out with this. You will have cos pi by 4 cos pi by 4 plus I sine pi by 4. Then you will have 1 by root 2 plus I by root 2. So this is your 1 plus I by root 2. This is zeta 8. This is zeta 8 square. Correspondingly, this element, you can take the reflection of this element about y-axis. Then you will have zeta 8 cube, which is actually minus 1 plus iota by root 2. If you take the reflection of this element, you will have here minus 1 minus iota by root 2. You take reflection of this element, you will have here something. Say, or you can say the reflection of this element about x-axis. You will have 1 minus iota by root 2. So this is zeta 8, this is zeta 8 power 8, this is zeta 8, this is zeta 8 square, this is zeta 8 cube, this is zeta 8 power 4, this is zeta 8 power 5, this is minus iota, which is zeta 8 power 6. This you can think as a reflection of this element about x-axis, and this is zeta 8 to the power 7 element. If you made them, you are actually having this octagon. I told you, if you collect all the nth roots of unity, then it is going to form a regular polygon on the unit circle, because you know in the complex plane finite order elements you can get only in the unit circle, because those has r is value as 1, or you can say the modulo value is 1. Then only there is a chance to get a finite order element, because if you write any element or complex number, it looks like this. So for a finite order, you need this r to be 1, this theta to be a rational multiple of 2 pi. So that is actually we are getting here. So all the elements will lie on the unit circle. Now you can remove this one if you want. And you can also see these are equally spaced. If you go from here to here, you will have equal distance. From here to here, you will have equal distance. From here to here, you will have equal distance. So every time you are having equal distance, that you can feel. So that is very nice property for this unit circle. And please you keep this into your mind because the upcoming things are totally related to with this. अगर आपको ये समझ में नहीं आएंगी, so you will not understand how I am writing the images of automorphisms. So let us begin with our main problem to write the Galois group and the elements of this Galois group in the explicit form. So let's think about this. This zeta 8, which is the 8th primitive root of unity, which you wrote on the unit circle, that was actually 1 plus iota by root 2. If you multiply with root 2 in the denominator and the numerator, you will get 1 plus I by 2 times square root of 2. And can I say this square root of 2 is nothing but say 2 to the power 1 by 8 to the whole power. So this I can say this. If I have an image of 2 power 1 by 8, I have image of this root 2. If I have image of iota, I have actually image of this zeta 8. So let me fix one mapping. Say sigma, this is defined as it is sending 2 power 1 by 8 to zeta times zeta 8 times 2 power 1 by 8. It is sending iota to say iota. This is my one map. Consequently, I will write another maps together to make you feel comfortable with all the mappings. If I have an image of iota, I have an image of 2 power 1 by 8. Can you give me the image of zeta 8? See, if you operate, because in this I will explain you, in rest I will not explain. If you operate say this sigma in this zeta 8, you will have this 1 by 2 is a rational, and we know that this sigma will respect multiplicativity. So it will give me sigma of 1 plus iota, or actually it will give me 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 times sigma of iota and sigma of root 2. And sigma of root 2 is nothing but if I operate sigma both side, and sigma will again respect multiplicativity, so it will be sigma of 2 power 1 by 8 whole power 4, but that will be zeta 8 power 4 and root 2. So it will be see, this will be, because it fixes rational, so 1 by 2 will be fixed. So it is 1 by 2, and I am assuming the image of iota is iota, so this is iota by 2, and this is zeta 8 to the power 4 square root of 2. I will have this, but again this 1 by 2 plus iota by 2 into square root of 2, this you can think as a you can think as, say this is again a zeta 8, so this is zeta 8 to the power 5, because this part and root 2 together forms zeta 8 again. So this is nothing but this is zeta 8 power 5. So this sigma. Let me write another element, say tau. If you understand this, let me remove this. So say, okay, let me make it into two parts. I am removing this. I will write again. And I am also I am also removing this. See, this say sigma, which is sending 2 power 1 by 8 to zeta 8 2 power 1 by 8. It is sending iota to say iota. It is sending zeta 8 to zeta 8 to the power 5. Now as I have chosen this sigma, let me choose another element, say tau. Say this is tau, this is I am writing as it is sending 2 power 8 to 2 power 8. It is sending iota to say minus iota, and then it will send your zeta 8 to, see this zeta 8, I have written this zeta 8 was 1 plus iota by 2 root 2. If you want to find the image of this zeta 8 under tau, so it will be tau of zeta 8. This will be 1 by 2 plus tau of I into tau of root 2, because tau fixes rational and tau is sending iota to minus iota, so it will be 1 minus iota by 2 and this root 2. See this 2 power 1 by 8 going to 2 power 1 by 8, so this root 2 will go to root 2, because this is nothing but 2 power 1 by 8 whole power 4, so it will be square root of 2. Now this is nothing but this is 1 minus iota by root 2. Now you keep everything in your mind. This 1 minus I by root 2, where this element will lie? See this, if you observe in the unit circle, you keep in your mind that unit circle every time. This 1 plus I by root 2 was a zeta 8, this is zeta 8, and this is nothing but the reflection of this element about x axis. So this was the zeta 7 element, zeta 8 to the power 7. So this is zeta 8 to the power 7 element. So you keep this into your mind, and every time you fix this into your mind, because that is needed. And I am writing here also this zeta 8 1 plus iota by 2 times root 2. So if you apply any automorphism on this, that can be actually, suppose any automorphism f works on zeta 8 as 1 by 2 plus f at iota by 2 times f at root 2. So I have written two elements, and I am claiming that the group you are looking for, this is actually generated by these two elements. Let's see. If you compute sigma square, so it will be 2 power 1 by 8 will go to, if you operate sigma on this element again, then zeta 8 is going to zeta 8 to the power 5. So zeta 8 to the power 5 into this element, so it will be zeta 8 to the power 6 into 2 power 1 by 8, because 2 power 1 by 8, if you operate a sigma again on this element, and sigma is an automorphism, so sigma, you can write sigma of zeta 8 into sigma of 2 power 1 by 8. So your sigma of zeta 8 is nothing but zeta 8 power 5, and sigma of 2 power 1 by 8 is nothing but again zeta 8 2 power 1 by 8, so zeta 8 power will be 6. Iota will be throughout fixed, because if sigma is fixing iota, then every natural power of sigma will fix I. If you calculate zeta 8, what can you say about zeta 8? Again you look for that map, because iota is fixed. So this will be if you are looking according to this this f zeta 8, we are looking for sigma square of zeta 8. So if you operate on this zeta 8, according to this, sigma is sending zeta 8 to the power 5. So if you operate on this, then you will have sigma of zeta 8 to the power 5, but sigma of zeta 8 is already zeta 8 power 5, so you will have zeta 8 to the power 25. But zeta 8 to the power 25 is same as zeta, because zeta to the power 24 is 1, because zeta to the power 8 is 1. So it is nothing but zeta 8 element. So you are having this sigma cube. If you see, this is 2 power 1 by 8. This will go to zeta 8 to the power, let's first I am operating on this sigma again, then I will have zeta 8 to the power 6 into zeta to the sigma of zeta 8 to the power 6. Let me write in this manner: sigma of zeta 8 to the power 6 into sigma of 2 power 1 by 8. I will have this. So if you see this sigma of zeta 8, sigma of zeta 8, it is going to 5, and whole power 6, you will have 30. And this is sigma of 2 to the power 1 by 8. So zeta 8 to the power 30 into zeta into 2 power 1 by 8. So you will have zeta to the power 31. But zeta to the power 31 is same as zeta power 7. So this is zeta 8 power 7 into 2 power 1 by 8. Iota will be self-imaged, and zeta 8 again will go to, see, zeta 8 is going to zeta 8. Again, if you operate zeta sigma on this, then sigma of zeta 8 is nothing but zeta 8 power 5. So this is this element. Again, if you find sigma 4, then your 2 power 8 will go to zeta 8 to the power sigma of zeta 8 to the power 7. But sigma of zeta 8 is 5, so whole power is 35. And again 1 zeta you will get from here. So you will have zeta to the power 36. That means you are having zeta 8 to the power 4, because zeta 8 to the power 36 is same as zeta 8 power 4, because zeta to the power 8 is 1. Iota will be self-imaged again, and this zeta 8, you operate zeta sigma on this, you will have sigma of zeta 8 to the power 5. But zeta 8 is already going to zeta 8 to the power 5, so you will have zeta 8 to the power 25. That will actually give you zeta 8, because zeta 8 to the power 25 is same as zeta 8. Because if you divide 25 with 8, your remainder will be 1. So this is sigma, sigma square, sigma cube, sigma 4. Let's calculate sigma to the sigma 5. So sigma 5, you operate sigma on this, you will have zeta 8 to the power 4 of sigma into 2 sigma of 2 power 1 by 8. So from here you will have zeta, if you operate on this, you will have zeta 8 to the power 20, and 1 zeta will come from here. So you will have zeta to the power 21. But zeta to the power 21 is same as zeta to the power 5. So this 1 by 8 element goes to zeta 8 to power 1 by 8. Iota goes to iota, and zeta 8 will go to, see, zeta 8 is going to zeta 8. If you operate again sigma on this, you will have zeta 8 to the power 5. Similarly, you can calculate a sigma 6. That will be 2 power 1 by 8. From here you will have zeta 8 to the power 25, and 1 zeta will come from here. So you will have zeta 8 to the power 26. So your remainder will be 2. So zeta 8 square 2 power 1 by 8. Your iota will go to iota. Your zeta 8 will go to this is zeta 8 to the power 5, but already zeta 8 is going to zeta 8 to the power 5 under sigma. So this 5 power will go to zeta 8 to the power 25, but that is nothing but zeta 8 itself. If you calculate sigma to the power 7, operate on this, you will have zeta 8 to the power 10, but 1 zeta will come from here, so you will have zeta to the power 11. But that means you are having zeta 8 to the power 3 2 power 1 by 8, because zeta to the power 8 is 1. If you operate on iota, you will get iota. If you operate on zeta 8, you will get again zeta 8 to the power 5. Every time you look, this is zeta 8 to the power 5, then zeta 8, then zeta 8 to the power 5, then zeta 8, then zeta 8 to the power 5, then zeta 8, then zeta 8 to the power 5. So again you can feel what can be your sigma to the power 7 element. Can you guess this? So this will send 1 by 8 to this will be the zeta 8 to the power 15, but 1 zeta 8 will come from here as you operate sigma on this element. So you will get zeta 8 to the power 16, but zeta 8 to the power 16 will be 1. So it will be 2 power 1 by 8. Iota is already going to iota. Your zeta 8 will go to zeta 8 because it is already going to zeta 8 to the power 5. If you operate sigma again, it will send its 5th power, that will be zeta 8 to the power 25. But if you divide 25 with 8, you will have remainder 1. So zeta 8. So you see zeta, it should be 8. Sigma of 8 is giving you identity map because it is fixing this, it is fixing this, it is fixing this. So it is fixing every generator. So actually it will give you the identity map. So what can you say about this sigma? Order of this sigma is actually 8. So you have generated one element, you have taken one element of order 8. So this is our sigma. Now, if you see this tau element, you can compute tau square. Let's see, tau square will be this 1 by 8 will go to 2 power 1 by 8, because if 2 power 1 by 8 is fixed by sigma, then it will be fixed by, it is fixed by tau, it will be fixed by tau square again. Iota is going to minus iota, but if you are operating again tau on this minus iota, it will send minus of minus iota, that is iota. So it is fixing iota. If you see this zeta 8, it is already going to zeta 8 to the power 7. So again, if you operate tau, then it will go to zeta 8 to the power 49. If you divide 49 with 8, you will have remainder 1. So it will go to zeta 8. That means this is identity. So you can verify this order of tau square is identity. Sorry, order of tau is actually 2. How many distinct elements I have written? I have written 8 elements and 2 elements. I have written 10 elements. So I am lefting with 6 more elements. I do not need to, it is not required to write the repeated elements. So I'll always try to write distinct elements. Now, if sigma is there, tau is there, then there all the possible combinations will be there. So you are getting my point. This sigma is actually generating the rotation group, and this tau is a reflection of order 2. So you see this tau sigma, this 2 power 1 by 8 under this map. First you operate sigma, then operate tau. If you operate, okay, let me write in this manner. First you operate sigma, and whatever you get, you operate on that tau, you will get actual image, because that is how you write composition. First you operate the inner map, then you operate the outer map. The outer is tau. So under sigma 2 power 8 is going to zeta 8 2 power 8, 2 power 1 by 8. So under a tau, this will go to tau of zeta 8, but tau of zeta 8 is zeta 8 to the power 7. And tau of 2 power 1 by 8, this 2 power 1 by 8. So this is nothing but zeta 8 to the power 7, 2 power 1 by 8. Similarly, if you write image of iota, then under sigma, iota is going to iota, but if you operate tau on this, it is sending to minus iota. And you can feel this element is going to be a distinct elements, because here every element is sending iota to iota. Here it is sending iota to minus iota, but it is sending 2 power 8 to 2 power 8, but it is sending to the zeta 8 to the power 7 into 2 power 1 by 8. Your zeta 8 goes to zeta 8 to the power 5 under sigma, and tau sends this to the power 35, but if you divide with 8, you will have remainder 3, so it will be zeta 8 to the power 3. So this is tau sigma element. Tau sigma square. So what do? You first operate your sigma square, then you operate tau on that element whatever you are getting. So sigma square is sending 2 power 1 by 8 to zeta 8 to the power 6. So this is zeta 8 to the power 6 and 2 power 1 by 8. So tau will send this zeta 8 to the power 6 to zeta 8 to the power 7 6 is 42. If you divide with 8, you will have remainder 2. So this will be zeta 8 square 2 power 1 by 8. Iota, under sigma square it is going to iota. Under tau it will go to minus iota. Tau sigma cube. If you see this is 2 power 1 by 8, and every element I am writing is a distinct elements. I am not repeating the elements. So you see this is 2 power 1 by 8 under sigma cube. Under sigma cube it is going to zeta 8 to the power 7, 2 power 1 by 8. So this is zeta 8 to the power 7, 2 power 1 by 8. Under a tau, this zeta 8 to the power 7 will go to zeta 8 to the power 49. That is, if you divide with 8, remainder will be 1. So this is zeta 8 2 power 1 by 8. Iota is going to iota under sigma cube, and iota is going to minus iota under a tau. If you write this zeta 8 element, this zeta 8 under sigma cube, it is going to zeta 8 to the power 5, and under tau it will go to 7 to the power 35. that is zeta 8 to the power cube. So this is tau sigma cube. See, this is first element, second element, third element, fourth element, this is fifth, this is sixth element, seventh element, this is eighth element, which is not a new, which is identity. This is ninth element, this is 10th element, 11, and this is 12. If you see this tau sigma to the power 4, that will be sending 2 power 1 by 8. See, sigma 4 is sending 2 power 1 by 8 to zeta 8 to the power 4. Zeta 8 to the power 4, 2 power 1 by 8. Under tau, this zeta 8 to the power 4 will go to zeta 8 to the power 28. If you divide with 8, you will have remainder 4. So it is zeta 8 to the power 4, 2 power 1 by 8. Iota is going to plus iota under sigma to the power 4. Under tau, it will go to minus iota again. This is my 13th element. This is 14th element. So this 2 power 1 by 8 is going to under sigma 5. Sigma 5 is sending this element to zeta 8 to the power 5. 2 power 1 by 8. Under tau, this will go to zeta 8 to the power 35. That is zeta 8 to the power 3, 2 power 1 by 8. Iota will go to minus iota, as we have seen, and our zeta 8 element, this will go to sigma 5. Sigma 5 is sending zeta 8 to the power 5. So again, tau will send this element to zeta 8 to the power 35. That is zeta 8 cube. So this is my 14th element. Now I am lefting with two more elements. I am removing this tau square and I am removing this thing, because now you have understood how I am writing. So this tau sigma power 6, this will send 2 power 1 by 8 to, I am sending directly now. See, this sigma 6 is sending 2 power 1 by 8 to zeta 8 square 2 power 1 by 8. Again, if you operate tau on that, you will have zeta 8 to the power 14. But then zeta 8 to the power 14 is same as zeta 8 to the power 6 2 power 1 by 8. You will have this. If you operate on iota, it will simply go to minus iota. If you operate on zeta 8, see, sigma 6 is sending zeta 8 to zeta 8. So if you operate tau again, you will have zeta 8 to the power 7. Tau sigma to the power 7. This is 14th element, this is 15th element, this is our 16th element. That means I have to stop after this, otherwise I will have some repetition. So this 2 to the power 8 will go to, see, sigma 7 sends 2 power 1 by 8 to zeta 8 cube 2 power 1 by 8. If you operate on this element tau again, you will have zeta 8 to the power 21, but then remainder will be 5. Zeta 8 to the power 5, 2 power 1 by 8. Iota will go to minus iota, and zeta 8 goes to zeta 8 to the power 5 under sigma 7. If it is sending zeta 8 to the power 5, if you operate tau again, you will have zeta 8 to the power 35, which is same as zeta 8 to the power 3. So this is our 16th element. So this is the complete group of the splitting field, the Galois group of splitting field for the x to the power 3 minus 2 polynomial. If you, sorry, not x to the power 3, it is x to the power 8 minus 2 polynomial. So you can see it can be as complicated as you can make. It can be as much as complicated. Now you observe one more thing. This I am writing again now orders. This sigma is 8 order element. See, this is I am blocking inside the box. Sigma 2, if you see, this is 4 order element. This sigma cube, this you can verify, this is 8 order element. Sigma 4, this is 2 order element. Sigma 5, you see this is 8 order element. This sigma 6, if you see this is a 4 order element. Sigma to the power 7, this is 8 order element. So order of sigma is 8, and I have written down the order. Now let us observe the order of these elements. I keep this in front of you, so you keep in your mind this structure. So before giving you the order of these elements, let us observe some more thing. You know the structure of D8. D8 looks, you can write in this format. D8 is, say, group generated by alpha comma beta, where alpha to the power, say, or in general let me write n. Order of alpha is n, beta square is 1, and alpha beta is same as beta alpha to the power n minus 1. But you observe, we do not have this property here. We will observe very soon. We lose this property, but we have some relative property. Here we are having alpha beta is same as beta alpha to the power n minus 1. You can think as beta as your tau element and alpha as a sigma element, but we do not have this property here. So to observe this property, let's observe this. We find this sigma tau and tau sigma cube. See, the sigma you know, and tau sigma you already have here. So let me find this sigma tau. Sigma tau, how can you calculate? You take 2 power 1 by 8 element. So first you operate tau, then if you operate tau on this element, you will get 2 power 1 by 8. And now you operate sigma, you will be getting zeta 8 2 power 1 by 8. Now you take iota. Iota is mapped to minus iota under tau, so you will have minus iota. And under sigma, your iota is fixed, so you will have minus iota here. Now you operate this zeta 8 element. Zeta 8 under tau is going to zeta 8 to the power 7. Then your sigma will send your zeta 8 to the power 7. Remember your sigma? Sigma is sending zeta 8 to the power zeta 8 to the zeta 8 to the power 5. So it will send you zeta 8 to the power 40. That will be zeta 8 only. Sorry, that will be not 40. See, this tau is sending zeta 8 to the power 7. Now you operate sigma. Sigma, okay, this will be zeta 8 to the power 35. Then it will be zeta 8 to the power 3. Now you see, what is your tau sigma cube? It is sending zeta 8 to zeta 8 cube, iota to minus iota, and it is sending 2 power 1 by 8 to zeta 8 2 power 1 by 8. So you lose that property. In dihedral group, you have you should have this sigma tau should be same as tau sigma power 7, but that is not possible here. We are saying the structure is this. So rather writing the order, or I am leaving it to you, you find the order. Let me write the relational definition of this group. Galois group of Q adjoint 2 power 1 by 8 comma zeta 8, which is actually same as Galois group of over Q. Galois group of Q adjoint 2 power 1 by 8 comma iota over Q. This group is, you can write as a, say, sigma comma tau generated by these two. Sigma to the power 8 is identity, tau square is identity that we have observed earlier, and sigma tau is same as tau sigma cube. So now you can feel your sigma tau is not same as tau sigma. So this group is not a cyclic and this group is not abelian even. So you do not need to check for the cyclic because this is not abelian group. So if you want to find the order of this tau sigma element or some other element, what can you do? Suppose you want to find the order of tau sigma. So if you have tau sigma, you square it. You will get tau sigma, but tau sigma tau, sigma tau is same as sigma cube tau sigma. Sorry, not this. You are having this sigma tau as tau sigma cube sigma, but tau square is identity, so it will give you sigma to the power 4, but sigma to the power 4 is a 2 order element, so its order will be 4. So this is a 4 order element. Similarly, if you find the order of tau sigma square, say tau sigma square, if you do square here, you will have tau sigma square, but this is same as tau sigma and sigma tau, but sigma tau is same as tau sigma cube sigma square. Hence you are having tau sigma tau, it is same as tau sigma cube. So this is tau sigma 5, this is tau square, which is identity, and this is sigma to the power 8, which is identity. So this is your 2 order element. This tau sigma square, this is 2 order element. Also, let me find the order of this, but no need, because order of tau sigma cube and order of tau sigma both are same. Sorry, not this is tau sigma. Okay, let me find the order of this, and rest I will leave it to you to find the order. See, order of tau sigma cube element, if you square it, you will have tau sigma cube, but then you will have tau sigma square, but sigma tau can be written as tau sigma cube, it is sigma cube. It is again tau sigma tau can be written as tau sigma cube. You will have tau square, sigma cube, but it is tau square is identity. This is sigma to the power 12, which is sigma to the power 4. That means this is a 4 order element, because if you square it again, you will get identity. So this is 4 order element. So clearly this group is not the dihedral group. If I have ever told you that this group is dihedral, so sorry for the wrong comment, but this group is not actually a dihedral group, and I do not think that I have taught you this group. This group is little complicated, and there is a name of this group. We call this group as a quasi dihedral group, and this is the relational definition for this group. This group is little complicated to study. So if you try to find the subfields with respect to the subgroups, first you need to find all the subgroups, but that will be a complicated task that you can feel. That will be a very complicated task. But if you are interested, you can find. But if you are interested to find the subgroups, then I must say, then you try to find a fixed field also, because once you find the fixed field, you can relate this to the fundamental theorem of Galois extension. Then you will have a strong feeling for the Galois extension. So this is the structure of this Galois, and at the last of this lecture, I will give you the picture of corresponding subgroups and the corresponding subfields that I have not created. I am taking from the book Dummett and Foote. Even you can create, I can also create, but that will take 3 to 4 hours to think about those and to computing things. So this is the structure of this Galois group. If you understand this, मुझे नहीं लगता कि आपको किसी और ग्रुप में प्रॉब्लम आएगी सॉल्व करने में. अभी तक हमने जितनी गैल्वा थ्योरी पढ़ी है उससे आप एंट्रेंसेस के क्वेश्चन इजीली लगा सकते हो, एक्सेप्ट द फाइनाइट फील्ड्स. मैंने अभी तक आपको फाइनाइट फील्ड नहीं पढ़ाई है, तो फाइनाइट फील्ड और फाइनाइट फील्ड की स्प्लिटिंग फील्ड, दोज आर अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट. बाकी कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट हैं जो हमारे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. अगर आप एमएससी वगैरह में फील्ड थ्योरी पढ़ोगे तो वहाँ पढ़ सकते हो, बट यहाँ पर आपको उनकी ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. So I am stopping today, and we will meet in the next lecture. Thanks for watching this lecture.